was it difficult to be out on set with so much going on?
Well, Stephen did have the hardest job in that regard, so I'll let him answer that.
Yeah, it was warm, particularly on those cold winter Wellington days. But you got used to it. It just became, it was like a second skin, pretty much. To start with, I didn't think I was going to go a week, let alone how many weeks we were shooting, for about a year and a half. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was very cozy. I had about 5 pieces of prosthetics on my face.
I think Stephen's actually been very modest. Stephen's costume was about the size of his tent that we're in. And we all, the reason it was hot is because we had so many layers. And on one of the layers we had, some people had fat suits, some people had muscle suits. But essentially it's a big puffy suit that you wear over your body. And that tended to trap the heat in, so we'd always sort of be a bit hot. But Stephen had, not only did he have his fat suit, but he had a huge fake stomach and huge fake ass, which literally made him unable to walk through the set.
He's wearing them now.
Man, Stephen, they had to widen the set one day because Stephen would get stuck. Remember that? Stephen, you couldn't get through the set.
I tell you what somebody described, well, this is my own costume, wearing a duvet and diving boots and 10 pairs of washing up gloves and a tea cozy on your head and then running with it. So
the problem with the fake hands is that, because the idea was that they had to make the dwarves bigger, like stockier, so that when you shrink them digitally, they don't look like a hobbit, they look like a dwarf. And so part of that was putting fake hands on. Graham had fake hands up to his elbow, and I had some, fake hands up here. But you can't feel anything when you have these hands on, so you can't pick things up. Like, so when you're trying to juggle plates or look good with a sword, invariably it doesn't happen because you're stumbling. You don't know what you're doing.
I would have been better just getting 5 pork sausages and just ramming them on the end of my fingers, because that is essentially, they were like that big. It was humongous, these fingers and hands. So, and sometimes your arm would go numb and your shoulder would go numb, but apart from that.
So, Stephen, at some stage you actually weighed how much the whole outfit weighed?
I think there was one particular time where there was quite a lot of water, we got wet, it was rain, and we had a couple of scenes, could have been up the mountains or something, and my stuntman weighed himself, and I think it was like 188 kilos.
188 kilos?
Yeah, so actually getting up is a bit of a trick. I needed 3 or 4 people to actually lift me up at that stage. Yeah.
Question, where are